We hear it all the time. Solar and wind are the future. And they are. But there's a dark side to clean energy that nobody likes to talk about. Literally, the sun goes down. The wind stops blowing. And right when we need electricity the most, like when everyone gets home from school or work and turns on their lights, TVs, and heaters, our renewable power generation drops off a cliff. This is the biggest hurdle in the transition to clean energy. So, how do we keep the lights on when the grid goes dark? Your first thought is probably batteries. Just build giant versions of what's in our smartphones and electric cars. But here's the reality. Lithium-ion batteries just aren't enough for the whole electrical grid. They are incredibly expensive to build at massive scales. They rely on rare earth metals that are hard to mine, and they only hold a charge for a few hours. To power a whole city through a long, windless winter night, we need something bigger, cheaper, and tougher. Enter the unsung hero of the renewable revolution, the thermal battery. Instead of storing energy as electricity using complex chemistry, thermal batteries store energy as plain, simple heat. It sounds almost too basic, right? But storing heat is cheap, efficient, and could be the exact breakthrough we need to save the planet. But how do you actually trap heat and keep it from escaping? Scientists and engineers have narrowed it down to three main methods: sensible heat, latent heat, and thermochemical storage. Let's break them down. Method number one is sensible heat. Think of this like a sponge. When you put a sponge in water, it soaks it up. When you pump heat into certain materials, they soak up that thermal energy, getting hotter and hotter. When you need the energy back, you just let the heat flow out. The craziest real-world example of this is happening right now in Finland. They've built a massive silo filled with 2,400 tons of plain, old builder's sand. When wind turbines produce extra electricity, they use it to heat this giant sand castle up to a blistering 500 degrees Celsius. Sand is incredibly cheap. It doesn't catch fire, and this single battery can store enough heat to warm local homes for up to 100 hours. Method number two is latent heat. This relies on a phase change, which is a fancy science term for a material melting or freezing. When a solid turns into a liquid, it absorbs a massive amount of energy. Believe it or not, some big skyscrapers are already using this trick with ice. At night, when electricity on the grid is cheap and plentiful, buildings freeze giant tanks of water. Then, during the hot, sunny day, they turn off their power-hungry air conditioners and just blow fans over the melting ice to cool the building. It's an ancient concept doing totally modern work. Method number three is the ultimate boss of thermal storage, thermochemical. Think of this as a vault. By using renewable electricity to break specific chemical bonds in certain materials, we can lock away energy indefinitely. As long as those chemicals are kept apart, the energy is trapped with absolutely zero heat loss. It could sit there for years until we reverse the chemical reaction to release the heat on demand. So, let's put our shiny new thermal battery in the ring against the heavyweight champion, lithium-ion. Lithium batteries last about 10 years. Thermal batteries can last 30 to 40 years. Lithium stores energy for hours. Thermal can store it for days, weeks, or even months. And while lithium requires expensive, hard-to-find rare metals, thermal batteries run on the most abundant stuff on Earth: salt, sand, and water. But it's not just about keeping the lights on. Heavy industries, like factories making steel, cement, and glass, require insane amounts of heat 24/7. Right now, they burn mountains of coal and gas to get it. Thermal batteries can provide the continuous, super high-temperature process heat entirely from renewables, cleaning up one of the dirtiest sectors on the planet. We're already doing this in the desert. Massive arrays of mirrors focus sunlight onto a central tower, generating enough intense heat to melt giant vats of salt at 565 degrees Celsius. Because the salt holds onto that heat so well, these solar plants can actually continue generating steam and making electricity all through the night. Solar panels and wind turbines are amazing, but they are only two pieces of the puzzle. Without a way to bridge the gap between when energy is made and when energy is needed, a 100% renewable grid is impossible. Thermal energy storage is that missing centerpiece. And the world is waking up to this. The thermal storage market is exploding, with projections hitting 800 gigawatt-hours of capacity by 2030. We are looking at a trillion-watt future powered by sand, salt, and human ingenuity. The future of clean energy isn't just about making power, it's about keeping it. If you want to learn more about the crazy tech fixing our planet, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next video. Stay curious and stay charged.